Thank you, Mahesh, for having me once again, and it's a pleasure being here. Absolutely, I really agree with Dr. Kenneth and what Derana said as well, because these two are very key factors when it comes to, because I'm a local investor, I am a local manufacturer. So we always look at the bigger picture, not understanding the smaller picture. Like, we want big whales, but we forget the small fish in the sea. Because, a lot of small fish are better than one big whale. So we are the small fish in this pond. So why aren't we looked after? Because we are the local investment, we are the people who drive the economy through when the country fell. This is us. And why is always the stepmother treatment with any government? And so is the immediate government. They promise so much. Why are they delivering so less? And now they come and say, no, we are looking for global investment. First, look after what is in your kitty before you ask for land handouts. Absolutely. Why not protect us before trying to look for better? Grass is never green on the other side. What the government did was, just to control the inflation, they suppressed the economy totally. So by doing that, who was hit? The entrepreneurs in this country. Who was facilitating the governments?
And even India.
No, and can I answer to whatever you ask? Now, what we are, we as entrepreneurs, I have been representing the SMV for the last 4 years, and we voiced out so much of our issues. What we want is not hands out. We never asked. And we have never asked any government for protection. We have only asked all the government is to stabilizing the policies. Like he said, end of the day, we are being hit due to government decisions taken on favor of the other country. Now we have FTAs with Taiwan, then we have Thailand, we have FTAs with India, now with China. So all of these FTAs are never in favor of us. It's always in favor of the country on the other side, because their industries are protected, our industries are never being protected, and we are the ones who are invested heavily. And we are the ones who have been marked on.
Let's take a stop
government
here.
bank. So the realistic, I was going to touch on the central bank issue. Now, if you were to really take the SMV issue, now what central bank was, our economy is a very volatile economy. But with the unprecedented decisions they took, now just imagine, now we were, what the central bank said was, it was a total mismanagement of the funds that we had that led us to this. It is never the case. Now, if you were to really take the MPL level, in 2019, our MPL level was only 680 billion. And in 22, when Corona hit and when the country was just before calling up bankruptcy, it was still on 909 billion. But when the central bank, with the unprecedented decision to suppress the economy to control the inflation, it went up to 1.3 trillion. So was it our mistake or was it the mistake by the government? So the government is a central bank. So the decision that they took led us to the crisis what we are today. It's not us who led ourselves into that. So then it is the government who should intervene at the moment in putting a cap to the central bank, in taking up this. And mind you, I will call even the interest rates. The interest rates was so crazy. When the government called before bankruptcy, it was only from 9%. We took loans at 9%. Some took loans at 8%. But in April 2022, when it was 12%, within a period of 6 months, it went up to 38%. I have paid to pay salaries. I have taken TODs at 38% just to pay salaries. Now taking a TOD at 38% to pay salaries. When our taxes are so high, our utilities were 300% more than. The dollar, what we imported at 180 went up to 380. So how are we supposed to sustain ourselves? So is it our mistake or is it the mistake of the central bank? Unprecedentedly taking decision, and when the central bank was urging to say that we got to protect the banks. Is it the bank the country or the people in the country is the country. Before the dollar was floated, the last meeting we had with the then finance minister, Basil, you know, we argued with him. I asked him, why are you floating the dollar? You know what he told me?
Anyway,
I mean,
Tania,
floating the dollar was creating a monster. Absolutely. You don't understand the money, how many dollars are in the black market. And if you have the money, if you have the rupee, you will go to the black market. I mean, control is suppressing the economy, is not controlling.
Just give me 1 second.
It's totally different.
1 second. 1 second.
If you're a business person, you'll never do that.
Tania?
Yes. Now, I have solutions. That's what Chaturanga wants. First thing, for the loans that has been taken. Why we are asking? The bank has already given us the funding. And the central bank keeps saying we need to protect the bank and we need to protect the investors. But what I'm saying is the funding is already given. And these loans were sometime taken for 5 years. 3 years of these loans were already paid. Any bank, first thing, it's not the capital they reduce. It is the interest. So if that acquired 3 years means maybe the loan was given at 9%. If they acquired the interest at 36%, they have already collected the given fund plus the interest what they really require. So they can cut off. The other thing is cut off the interest component and waive off the interest component totally.
Who's going to pay for it?
Because we have already paid for it.
I know, I'm asking you, are giving a solution, no?
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. It is just on papers, Sujeeva. Now, because the banks are having property, that's just on paper. By causing the Paratha law to be executed, that means you're creating another calamity in the country. But if you do waive off, a lot of people have done that. Private companies have done it. Waiving off, and yeah, you can. Capital, because you already paid. And the other thing, yeah. No, one. Yeah. The next thing is.
You don't agree. The banks don't agree.
No, banks have to agree. That's where the government intervenes. And the other thing is we requested for every bank, if the government cannot have development banks, the bank should have a development division where the government intervenes through the central bank in facilitating, because we don't have the working capital, because we are not protected. Our industries are not protected. Our policies are so fragile that anybody can. The black market rules the industry. So that is where it has gone wrong. By doing that, we have invested. Any business has invested through the black market or the fragile system. There are so many unwanted things coming into the country where the industries are not protected. So these are very minimum things where it's very open there in the market. I mean, you take any industry, shoe industry to the textile industry, these can be monitored properly and proper policies can be put in.